Showtime! Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new Downright Sports. I am your host and Notorious Sports Critic, Brent Reid, here live on YouTube and Facebook. And you can listen always on DJ Chase Radio and the DJ Chase Radio app, which you should download. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook right now, you should download the DJ Chase Radio app. Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. One, it's the one place where you can still listen to new creative things without any kind of crazy affiliation with someone, without any type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Influence. No, ladies and gentlemen, down DJ Chase Radio. I gotta get back in the gym. DJ Chase Radio is the home of the original creative, the original influences, and the home of Downright Sports. That's right. We're back, boys and girls, children of all ages. Downright Sports has returned with an all new show. Last week, I was off. I came back the previous week, and last week went out of town. Went out of town. Did not put this in the script, but I'm gonna go over it. Went out of town. Took the missus home to her hometown in Virginia. Grundy, shout out. Went down. We did so much traveling. It's not even funny. And it's weird because we're, from where we live to Grundy is a hike. It's about 10 hours. And you would think, um, my wife and myself would just get in the car and want to get it done, get it out the way. No, we like the lollygag. I'm not going to lie to you. So I grew up where my grandfather, James Reid, would say, look, we burn in daylight. When we're up by 5, out by 6. And there was zero stopping. It was and this what made it so cool. If you're of a certain age, you may appreciate this. So grandma or Grandma Kate, my great grandmother, would make fried chicken. You get a loaf of bread, and it'd be the world's greatest chicken because it was in this bag marinating after being fried the night before, and just that 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 chicken skin would just go right with that loaf of bread, and that's what you eat. You may get one stop to pee, but you best learn how to hold your bowels between Farmville, Virginia to New York. I can promise you that. And then I had a handful, but I don't remember road trips with my mother's father. I was way too young, but I'm pretty sure the rules applied the same. Um, Allie's dad, the dog, he has kind of similar rules. I talked about this in the show a million times, but we took a road trip to Texas from her hometown, 17 hours in the car, and they don't play. It's boom. They stop to get gas and maybe eat, but we moving. Me and my wife are different. Unless we have to get somewhere, we're taking our sweet ass time. And if we see something along the way we may want to do and it doesn't put us, the rule is, long as it doesn't take us more than 2 to 5 minutes away from the highway or main means of travel, we're gonna go explore it. So on the way back was kind of similar, and it was cool. It was nice to get away. It's been a year since we left last, and like to do it more. What I would love to do, now that I know he plays golf, is link up with my brother-in-law who apparently plays golf, and found a golf course in Grundy, and I want to take advantage of that with him. But the track, if you like going out of town, traveling by car isn't really that bad. Traveling by plane isn't that bad. Train. The problem for me is planning and doing. So I can plan it. Then the doing part, like the lead up, gives me too much anxiety. The packing. Did I forget? My biggest concern is, do I have enough money? That's what I know, Money Penny, me too. That's what I'm always like. Do I have enough? Like, yes, but do I? You know what I mean? It's that, do I? Do I have enough? Do I have I can waste some without worrying kind of money is always like my biggest, like, and normally I do. but still like, you know what I mean? And maybe that has a lot to do with the fact that like being, going out of town with like certain relatives is like, nah, you can't get that. Nah, 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 nah. We ain't packing. You ain't eating it. Like, oh, but I really want to try this weird ass hot dog. Nah, you ain't. We're not doing that. Oh, but why? Like, so, but I kind of enjoy it. I got some things coming up where hopefully, like some different stuff and turning 40 this year is really making me want to try more things. I'm not one of those, like me and my wife want to travel. We don't mind traveling. I won't lie, we're homebodies. Um, to most of the stuff we do requires us to go an hour out of the way anyway, or 2 hours up to 3 hours, and we're cool with that. But we plan it out and we make a whole to do out of it. And I think why it works for both of us is because when she was growing up from where she lived, it was 2 to 3, like to go places was up to an hour or two to get there for them to do stuff, go to the mall, go to certain stores and stuff like that. For me, no, growing up in New York, it wasn't. But for some reason, I took more custom to the way James and Lottie did it. The first Saturday every month, you made a whole to do out of stuff and you got it out the way. And I think I like the simpler way of doing it because growing, in the city, it's go, go, go. And like my parents go, oh, we're just going to do that. I'm like, wait, what? We didn't plan this out. And they're like, we don't need to plan it out. We're just going to do it. And I'm like, but no, I don't want to do it. Like, wait, is the, like me as a kid, I thought about this stuff like really hard body. So as a soon to be 40-year-old man, I still think about it. This show is not about travel, although I'll probably get more views if I talked about travel. No, today, what will we discuss? Let's kick it off. The NBA playoffs are around the corner. I should have had the dates. You will be surprised. YouTube and Facebook, if you can see this, the notes I've taken today is not enough. But I should have I should have marked. The NBA season ends this coming weekend, actually. The last games are soon. Someone's making noise. I think it's trash. Sorry. I got distracted. I think trash is going out. So I'm actually going to ask my wife what's going on. You, you hear something? It's probably trash. It's definitely trash. I asked her. All right. So the NBA season, if I'm not mistaken, ends on Saturday. No, it ends on. When the hell's the season end? Season ends on Sunday, which made sense. It didn't make sense to end on Saturday. Season ends on Sunday. All right. And there are most positions. I think it's the trash. That's trash. It's just very loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm sorry. I'm easily distracted right now by the trash truck. Um, so the season's going to end, and most of the teams and most of the games are pretty. I mean, most of the standings is locked up. There are a couple. Um, there are a couple games that may be a little closer than others, but for the most part, it's locked up. Who's there is locked up. The question that I wrote down for the show is an easy one. It's a simple one because one team, as I BS around to get my head back together because of the trash truck just threw me off completely. The Los Angeles Lakers, who were hot, boys and girls, hot. I'm talking, woo, muy caliente hot. Well, they suffered some big losses just a few weeks ago. Luka Dončić is out with a grade 2 hamstring strain. Austin Reaves is out with an oblique injury. He's out for up to 6 weeks. And the Lakers are just left to LeBron, who sat out last night's game, and the Lakers got blowed out. I'm talking embarrassingly blowed out for a team ranked as high as they are. They got demolished last night by Oklahoma City. Yeah, they played Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City beat them 100 and 123-87 without LeBron. The Lakers, without so far have struggled in their last 3 games. They have lost they've lost 3 in a row. In the last 10, they're 6-4. And this was a team that was damn near almost undefeated during the month of March when they had Luka. The Lakers went 15-2 in the whole month of March. Those 2 losses is after Luka went down. In the month of April, which there's not many games left, they're 0-3. Going into the playoffs, this is not good. So the question that I wrote down, will LeBron and JJ make the world believe? Now, JJ Redick basically got this job on the recommendation of working with LeBron when LeBron was out there doing open applicants for his podcast. And JJ Redick, in all honesty, has done an amazing job coaching this Lakers team. Now, it's an asterisk with his amazingness, but he's done an amazing job managing superstars and a megastar in LeBron and a future megastar in Luka. But now, going into the postseason, they have so much riding on what can happen here. Right now, if the playoffs started right now, as of today, not tomorrow, right now, 2 minutes from now, the moment I say now the playoff starts, the Lakers would actually have to face the Rockets. Now, the Lakers would have home court advantage, but home court advantage in the playoffs does not matter because it's the same court, and Laker fans aren't as ravenous and crazy as they may give off. But the Rockets, low-key, are a quiet, very good team. Kevin Durant leading this team as well as he can and having a quietly good year, which the Lakers should worry about, especially the fact since the Houston Rockets are the number 4 team in overall defense. Yeah, I said it. The Houston Rockets also are the 8th best team in beating teams with winning records. The top 10 teams, we're going to go over that in a second, but the Rockets are 8th. Funny enough, behind the Golden State Warriors. But I digress. This will not end well for the Lakers because, one, LeBron, at an older, advanced age, since joining the Lakers, has not done well with less than pieces. All right? I know. If you grew up a LeBron fan, if you grew up a LeBron fanboy, you're accustomed to seeing him do so much with the Cavaliers and those no-name players. The league has changed a lot since then, and he don't play in the East. LeBron, with these Lakers, currently with the roster orchestrated right now, they will not make it out the first round. And if honestly, for JJ and LeBron, and I'm just saying it as real as possible, if they make it out the first round without getting swept, that will be an achievement. LeBron James is no longer the leader offensively of this team. He may be the financial leader, he may be the figurehead, but this team is Luka Dončić's team, and then his sidekick, Austin Reaves' team. Because the days of LeBron leading a team less than, it would be, as they would say, you've heard him say it on TV, it would be a Herculean effort if LeBron can lead this team into just the second round. It's going to be impossible. LeBron, they signed DeAndre Ayton, who's done absolutely nothing for this team. There is a guy named Kobe, whose last name starts with a B, but unfortunately it ain't Brian. And then after that, there is nothing on this team. We look at, and I'm just going to keep this a buck with everybody. You have to be a true Lakers fan to give a damn. The top 3 scorers on the team is Luka, out, Austin Reaves, out, LeBron, still in, averaging 20 points, DeAndre Ayton, 12. Then the next is 11. Marcus Smart, who's also out 9. There's not another player that LeBron could muster up. In my Vince McMahon voice, you gotta find the ruthlessness. No, unless JJ Redick is suiting up and going to start draining some threes. Not to mention, from a stat standpoint, if we're going to keep this I'm going to sound like Max Kellerman. If we just look at the numbers and we just go straight stats, okay? And let's keep this a buck. We're going to talk about just overall defense, because defense in the postseason matters more than ever. The Lakers are... Where are the Lakers? They're 15th in overall defense. I'll give you an idea who the Lakers are behind. They're behind the Suns, not a good team. They're behind Toronto, not a good team. The Clippers, not a good team. Golden State, not surprising that they have a good defense. The Orlando Magic, the Cavaliers, and they're just ahead of the Brooklyn Nets. That is not a good look. You're fairly good when you had the three players. You're not going to get any better going into the postseason. You're not. And then if you would like to take a gander, if you will, how they do or how they fare offensively, well, Houston, who, like I said, they're going to face in the first round, is not an offensive juggernaut, but defensively, they're a gangster. The Lakers are just behind the Knicks offensively. So, can they put up points? Yeah, but again, they were putting up points when they had Luka and Austin, who were putting up 30 points a game. They just lost that. The Lakers have lost something like 50 points between those two players. That's a lot of points if you think about it. So now you got the Houston Rockets who play defense like gangbusters and are going to and have the size that the Lakers don't. It's not a good look. And if you're a Laker fan, you're a LeBron fan, you probably should get your off-season plans together now, because they won't go far. Now, unless Luka makes a surprise and comeback for game one, maybe, but a strained hamstring is it. I just did it 2 weeks ago. I did it a month and a half ago, and it still hurts. Trust me, he ain't coming back the way you hope. So we'll see. We'll see. Staying on the playoff and staying on teams that I should have all the faith in the world, but I don't, the New York Knicks. I had a conversation yesterday. I was talking to my parents, and my dad, he's a Knicks fan. He's optimistic, and he's like, we're going to be okay. And I'm like, no, we're not, Daddy. The Knicks defensively are one of the better teams. They're fifth overall defense. When it comes to beating teams with winning records, the Knicks are actually third. Why am I worried? Well, because and I've been saying this for years, and I know, I know Karl Anthony Towns has played better this season. He's had a better year. But I still, in my heart of hearts, feel like the Knicks don't have another offensive player that can help when, Jalen Brunson is getting triple teamed. You got to say to yourself, when teams are comfortable with double teaming Brunson and not worrying about Cat, that's not a good look. And then, yes, the Knicks have good pieces. Now, here's the thing: that Knicks roster, anywhere else in the NBA, is an excellent roster. The issue is they play for the Knicks, and the issue is there's a lot of expectations that go. Even though the Knicks only had 2 championships, and their last one happened during the Nixon administration. That is a true story. This is how many presidents have been around since the Knicks won their last championship: Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, dead. Three of those men are dead. Ronald Reagan, dead. George Bush, dead. Clinton, Bush Jr., so now we have a junior in office. Obama, Trump, Biden, Trump. There have been realistically 11 presidents since the Knicks have won a championship. We're holding up hope. Anyway, there haven't been 11 presidents because Reagan won twice, Clinton won twice, Obama won twice, Bush won twice, Bush the second, and now Trump has won twice. But you get my point, okay? I digress. That I don't see it. Now, my dad's under the impression that because the Knicks have a deeper bench, maybe. I don't think it's the bench is going to be the problem. If the playoffs started today, the Knicks would actually have to face the Toronto Raptors, which, if you want my opinion, they could beat the Raptors. That should be a 5-game series, in my opinion. But then after that, they would have to face the Boston Celtics or the 76ers, which, if you want my honest opinion, the 76ers are in the playing game. I'm about to go on the tangent here. All right, guys, buckle up. It's tangent time. It's time to go into the vortex. All right. Right now, between the playing games and stuff like that, these are the teams that would be in the playing games. Miami would face Charlotte, who is red hot. Charlotte currently right now is 32-15 since January, the hottest team in all the NBA. And then the Magic would face the 76ers, who have their crux of their pieces. They have Paul George, they have Embiid, they have Maxey. They are putting it together when their time is right. Like, now is the time that you want these pieces. And if you pay attention to the 76ers, they're playing hard. All right. 10 wins in January, 6 wins in February, 8 wins in March, 2 wins this month. Nothing overall exciting, but they're having a great run, considerably where they could have been. All right. They got all the right pieces in the right spot. But they're going to face the Magic, who I feel like if they don't make it into the real playoffs this year, you blow that whole thing up because they are digressing. Like, they're getting worse every year. They went from being a fifth seed to now they're in the play-ins. Like, it's time. Like, let that thing go. Start trading off pieces. See if you can get what you can. I would seriously consider a major overhaul for I would consider a major overhaul for the Orlando Magic, who, in my opinion, have some they can get some considerable good players for this team. So that's what I would probably start doing because I think, in my opinion, again, tangent vortex, I think the Magic got good role players. I think they got second guys. I don't think they have the guy on there. And I know, what's his name, Pablo, something like that. I think he's a fine player. I just don't think he is the guy. And it's proven because the Magic haven't made any noise at all. And it's not going to happen at all. So we should stop hoping and praying at all. You like the at all? Any case, here's how I see this playing out. I believe, and the way it will work is, for a reminder for those of you, the Miami and Charlotte, if the winner of that would face the loser of the Magic and the 76ers. The winner of the Magic and the 76ers would get the 7th seed, putting them into the playoffs. And after that, whoever wins and blah, 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 blah gets the 8th seed. The way I have it structured right now is I think the 76ers will beat the Magic, and I think Charlotte will beat the Magic. Both teams will make the playoffs, which will put the 76ers up against Boston and Charlotte up against Detroit. The Detroit team that has been great all year, but does not have its number one MVP ranked player, which is sad. So, if Philly beats Boston, the Knicks have a better chance of beating Philly. But if Boston beats Philly, I do not feel the Knicks can beat Boston. Jason Tatum is a freak of a miracle to be back already. He's going to want revenge. And do the Knicks match up against Boston? Well, yes. But this is a Boston team that has surprised. The Knicks is supposed to be the 1 or 2 seed, and they're behind Boston. Let me just be very clear here. So if you're a Knicks fan, you hope and pray that the 76ers are the team that faces Boston and is the team that beats Boston. Now, what would be insane is you can find, if Charlotte ends up in the Eastern Conference Finals, that'd be the most craziest thing that we've seen all year, but crazier things have happened. So that's how I see it. There will be, I'm working at the particulars now, but this Saturday, probably Sunday night, we'll do an NBA playoff preview. NBA, yeah, to once it's all formalized and everything, I'll do a bracket breakdown and make it simple. So, all right. Last week, while I was gone, the basketball world announced the new Hall of Fame. The new inductees, just notable names. Candace Parker, that's a check mark. Elena Della Dawn is a check mark. Mike D'Antoni is a question mark. Doc Rivers is a okay. But I left out a name. And who did I leave out? I'm glad you asked. I left out Amari Stoudemire. Why did I leave out Amari Stoudemire? I'm going to tell you why. Let me just get my information. I'm getting there. Here it is. Amari Stoudemire is what I would call a fine player. I think Moneypenny is not happy now about the. I think Moneypenny was a Amari Stoudemire fan, or that she agrees and she bangs on the table. She knows what's coming. She knows what's coming. Amari Stoudemire, drafted by the Phoenix Suns, or played for the Phoenix Suns, and was a sensation. And hey, if you want my opinion, if Amari probably played in today's NBA, he would be the Greek Freak, more than likely. He'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo or better. Amari's career numbers was 18 points a game, 7 rebounds. He made 6 All-Star appearances, 5 All-NBA teams. He won Rookie of the Year, 0 MVPs, never played in the finals. And, yeah, that's it. I watched Amari's entire career. There's no way in hell you're going to convince me Amari Stoudemire is a Hall of Famer. To put more on top of it, he's not even in the all-time greats. He didn't even make the all-75 team. Amari Stoudemire, to me, is in the same category of Chris Bosh and Dwight Howard. Great players, but did they change? Were they next level? From a fan's perspective, Amari Stoudemire was great, but he wasn't even the best player on 2 of the teams he was supposed to be the best player on. He was the best player on the Suns one season, but the guy who won the 2 MVP awards was Steve Nash. And then Amari went to the Knicks, and yeah, the Knicks was okay, but it wasn't until Carmelo got there and Carmelo became the guy. And the what if his back didn't break down? Maybe, but there's nothing you can tell me or convince me that Amari Stoudemire should be in the Hall of Fame. Here's the guys he had to face. Tim Duncan, he was not better than. Kevin Garnett, he was not better than. Dirk Nowitzki, he was not better than. Chris Bosh, Toronto Raptors Chris Bosh, he wasn't better than. Lamar Odom, no. Lamar should be, I don't know if Lamar is in, but he should be in. Lamar Odom was a much more impactful player than Amari, in my opinion. Zach Randolph just didn't play on. Zach Randolph was a beast. Is he better than Amari? He's got more longevity. And then I went through 6 other power forwards before I got to Amari Stoudemire. I'd rather have. If you watch the game, there's no way in hell you're telling me Amari Stoudemire is a Hall of Famer. That is absurd. If Amari Stoudemire can make the Hall of Fame, then put John Stockton in. Not John Stockton, John Starks. Seriously, put John Starks or even put in early days Larry Johnson. Is Sean Kemp in the Hall of Fame? I'm about to ask ChatGPT, but I'm assuming he's not. Sean Kemp should be in if Amari Stoudemire is getting it. What are we doing? There was I heard a guy who works on TV. He's clickbaiting, but he was trying to talk about Elena Delle Donne or pretend like he didn't know who she was. Let me explain something to you. Elena Delle Donne was a monster. She retired early, I believe, and to take care of her sister or mental health or something like that. But when Elena Delle Donne was she was without a doubt the best. If you think what's her name? If you think Asia Wilson is the Jordan of the game, Elena Delle Donne was she wasn't Bill Russell, but you kind of get what I'm saying. She was head and shoulders one of the best, if not the best, 2-time MVP, 7-time All-Star. Hear that? MVP, 7-time All-Star. She helped bring a championship to Washington, and she won Rookie of the Year and 5 All-Stars. And then since she's retired, Washington has been trash. Candace Parker is without a doubt what you call a no-doubter. From her time in Tennessee to her time in the WNBA, no doubter. There was zero, the day she got drafted, there was you were just penciling in. Set your retirement date, you're going in 5 years later. Doc Rivers is currently 8th all-time in coaching in wins, okay? Here are the coaches in the category. You got Rick Adelman. If you remember the Kings in the early 2000s, he coached them. Larry Brown, maybe top 3 all-time greatest coaches ever in any category of the game. Doc, then Phil, George Carlin, Pat, John Sloan, Jerry Sloan, Lenny Wilkens, Popovich, and Don Nelson. Doc Rivers and the Boston Celtics run was historic, and honestly, what he did with the Clippers to make them relevant should have put him in the Hall of Fame. But Doc in recent years has not been good. Even with Milwaukee, he is terrible. And I don't know if it's him. I don't know what it is, but it's just not clicking. He's a Hall of Famer based on his numbers. And when it comes to coaches, sometimes you have to go based on the numbers. But Amari Stoudemire is not a damn Hall of Famer. I'm here to tell you that right now. Trust me when I tell you. Hey, this is Downright Sports. I went a little long on this segment, which is fine. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, I appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. You can't drink, but he still got paid. And we're going to discuss the Pittsburgh Pirates' potential young phenom who just got the bag, boys and girls. We'll be back with more Downright Sports. Oh, 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 oh. Where we run it? Where we run it? Money penny.